Cities like Orange always have a number of issues that they've always got to deal with. Councils, by their nature, they get income from rates and they have so much money to spend, just like any other business, and they've got to spend it wisely. But the demand on the community purse, if you like, is getting bigger and bigger, and councils are restricted by government regulation as to how much they can charge for rates and so on. So what I think is happening, or tends to happen, is you get cities like Orange that you've got all these demands like roads and all other sorts of issues. The costs are escalating terribly. The Grey Brigade idea has been concepted, or I've thought it up, because there's a few issues that I think that this ideally can work with. For argument's sake, litter is a problem in most regional towns, and councils are responsible for cleaning up. People by their nature these days aren't as tidy or as neat as they used to be. Crime is another thing. There's a lot of things that happen in the streets, which a few years ago and still operates now, things like Neighbourhood Watch, where they got the community involved in helping, if you like, keep an eye out for trouble spots and that. Then you've got the situation of senior people, retired people. Everyone knows that these people have got great talent, great experience, and it can be used for good. And I just think that the more opportunities we can create to tap into that experience or that enthusiasm, plus the social benefits and the activity, because older people need to keep active, need to keep their minds active. I think it helps tap into that. And the other thing is too, maintenance. To keep a town tidy, there's a whole lot of maintenance issues, and it's costly to do all this. The Grey Brigade idea is an idea that, if you like, creates a club, a seniors club, a volunteers club, not unlike other service clubs, that I think, with council support, could fill a very, very specific gap in our community and do a lot of these things and have fun doing it and save our community a lot of money. Essentially, my idea is simply for a new club to be formed, not unlike any service club, called the Grey Brigade. It would operate pretty much like most service clubs. It would have probably a president or a chairman, it would have a board of directors or committee, management committee, and then it would have a lot of members. The idea is to bring a group of people together who are willing and keen who take pride in our city and willing to use some of their time, not a lot of their time, to deal with some of these issues, like to do little maintenance jobs. It might be a bit of weeding in one of the parks, it might be painting some seats, it might be just tidying up around picnic areas, things like that. But then, of course, there's other things like what I call graffiti watch. Some of these people, just in their day-to-day, being a member of, say, the Grey Brigade, they might, just as a matter of course, when they go shopping or just walking down the street or go for a walk, they might just keep their eyes open for things that perhaps council should be aware of. They're a bit like spotters of trouble spots around the town. So you've got the maintenance aspect of doing parks and gardens and things like that. And I see the council supporting this by providing perhaps a supervisor, perhaps the equipment to do this sort of work, to provide all the, if you like, the facilities. It's a bit like free labour, but it's no different to, say, the Friends of Botanical Gardens operate. These people do it, it's a labour of love. I'm sure the council provides them with certain facilities or resources to do it. But essentially, you've got people who just have a love for the city or a love for the gardens or whatever, and they want to do something about it. I think one of the tragedies of life is when people retire or get older. In many respects, I think as people we often regard them or discard them a little bit, when in actual fact they've probably got knowledge and experience that should be tapped into. Why we don't, in the broader community, tap into these people's experience and knowledge and that is beyond me. But be that as it may, I think the more that we can create opportunities for these people to be appreciated, to participate, to add value to our city, and all that, I personally think it has impact on their health, their well-being, their state of mind, and I just think as a community there's a great untapped resource there. What we need to do now to get it started is, that's an idea. Orange is a city with a record of achievement and getting things done. It's a city where council has demonstrated that it will cooperate with community over good ideas. I've already spoken to the council and they have shown a measure of interest. I think they can see the merit in the idea, but we need to take it to the next level now. And what I'm proposing is that if the city can perhaps organise a meeting where we can get some expressions of interest from the public, I think, and the council attend, and depending on how that goes, I think the idea has the possibility of really snowballing, and I think that there's a real possibility that there would be people out there willing to take on roles of perhaps chairman or directors or whatever, club members. I think the council's role would purely be supervisory and supportive. They certainly have to provide some of the resources and that, which I'm sure they have now, because their own staff would use that. Orange is quite a unique city. It's a town that's demonstrated more than most regional cities how when a community and a council can get together and combine their resources and their enthusiasm, you can do some really, really amazing things. Examples of this in Orange would have to be the PCYC. That would have to be the most spectacular facility of its type possibly in Australia. You've also got that fantastic adventure park up there near the Botanical Gardens. Taste Orange is another concept that's absolutely brilliant. Ronald McDonald House, the people that are driving that are doing a wonderful job. Care West Lodge. These are just some of the things that Orange has been able to achieve. And when you get a community and a council working together, this is the way things get done. You need people not only with vision and commitment and passion, but you need for those people to operate, you need to get the support of councils or the, if you like, the government bodies, because it's really, really hard to do things without that sort of support. And I think this Grey Brigade idea is another opportunity for Orange to really stand out in the crowd, perhaps even start something that could become a nationwide concept. And yeah, I think it could be really, really good for Orange.